A big environmental issue hit now in 2012 is this thing called fracking. Not to be confused with, it's called hydraulic fracturing, for short, fracking. You may have heard the fracking song. But what is fracking and why is it an issue? They basically shoot water down these pipes into the ground. That causes pressure, which creates cracks in the earth, which releases natural gases into the ground, which they capture and sell, and it powers entire neighborhoods and supplies jobs for a bunch of small towns, and it does make the economy better. Now there is a huge downside to this to fracking. While it may release petroleum and natural gas for them to catch and use and produce into energy, there is a big downside to fracking, and that's the environmental toll it costs on the earth. When the fractures are caused in the earth and the natural gases are released, they seep into the groundwater, these underground streams, which then flow into the city's major water supplies, and they poison people and plant life and animals, and it can just destroy the whole environment. It can destroy whole habitats, whole towns. But I can't really explain the hardships that people go through due to fracking. So I'm gonna let this lady Angela, who lives right outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, what up? And she's gonna tell you her story of how fracking affected her life.
Name is Angela Smith, married to Wayne Smith. We have beef cattle, blueberry bushes. We've been fighting the gas company since 2007. We were approached by PG&E to sign a lease, and that was back in 2000. We didn't know anything about a gas lease, and when they came in here, their first story was, your neighbors did, why don't you? And we still didn't sign. And then they came back and said, you're not going to see anybody, go ahead and sign it. And we still refused. And then they came back and said, look, if you don't sign it and they find gas, they're just going to suck it right out from underneath your feet. You're not going to get a dime. They came in, they were production wells. In 2006, they shut down the production wells, and they made them into storage wells. So with the storage wells, they're injecting and withdrawing. When they drilled, they caused water problems, and with injection and withdrawal, they're causing water problems too. In January 2007, we had a horse go down, and it was like neurological. She just kicked her feet, and she couldn't get up. And she had to be put down. And then in April, we had another cow go down that showed the same symptoms. Then we lost dogs and chickens, and we found out we had arsenic in our water and methane in our water, and we ended up getting a $11,000 water unit so us and our animals could have drinking water.
They built the pressure station right outside the woods here, and no well behind us, pipelines. They went in there and tore all the trees out, leveled dirt up in there and packed it, and built a pressure station. And that's the noise maker. Food to water, hot fire is not worth. It's no future.
In 2009, the compressor station blew up and blew oil all over people's property. We had it on our vehicles, our blueberries, everything that was outside got this coating of oil. When I call my regular customers and say, hey, the blueberries are in, they'll say, oh, well, don't they have methane on them? I couldn't leave here thinking that somebody else might buy it and get the headaches. Like my husband, he wants to leave the property to our 3 grandchildren, and I keep saying, why do you want to leave death to the grandchildren? because that's what it is. It's death. You're either going to have a pipeline blow up, you're going to have a well blow up, you have contamination, you have a compressor station that likes to blow up. Who would want to live here?
That's rough, and the question we must face as a world, as a community, and as responsible human beings for the earth we live in is, do we sacrifice our long-term environmental health for our short-term economic health? And personally, I say absolutely not. The world is a gift to us, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. And clearly it's affecting people in this world. And just because you get a few more jobs per year doesn't excuse deaths of cattle and of people and of plants and animals and explosions and neighborhoods. I personally think that we should ban it. And the question I'm going to propose to you guys right now is what would you do? How would you stop fracking? And KP, if you're watching this, I love you. I hope I get a C because of this. And probably the most awkward part about this whole thing is I haven't been wearing pants this entire time.
If you could be mine, we both shine. If I rule the world, still living for today in these last days until where to be. Paradise life relaxing, black, Latino, and Anglo-Saxon. Amani exchange the range, cash, lost tribe of Shabazz, free at last.